All right, y'all. Now we all know by now that hard work has no choice but to pay off, right? But sometimes you can't afford to have a day off. It's like the NBA in the playoffs. I ain't gonna rap for y'all, but listen. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm talking to most people that's watching this video. Most people in America, the 9 to 5 job, the 40-hour work week is a joke. It is not enough money for the life we're living in now, especially if you have a family, all right? So we're going to get into that, but we're going to also get into what to do and what not to do in this day and age, all right? Yes, I am a fitness channel. This is Reppin' Time Fitness. I had a cheat day, so I don't know if the abs are there. I will flex them. They there a little bit, so for y'all, I'm gonna flex them whether they there or not, all right? Had a couple cheat days and this and that and the third, but you gotta count your calories just like you count your money. So I usually talk about fitness, but in this video, I'm gonna talk about money and what to do and what not to do, right? 40-hour work week. I don't care how much money you get paid. I don't care if it's 25 an hour. I don't care if it's 15 an hour. I don't care if it's 30, 35 an hour, which sounds a lot to most places. Down here in South Carolina, that's a lot of money. 25 and up is a lot of money because the price of living isn't as high as some other places, all right? Now, if you stay in New York somewhere or wherever, California or something, of course, $30 an hour might not be enough. But what do you do? First, we're going to talk about what not to do. I've always been around I've been around different people in my adult life. I'm from Saginaw, Michigan, right? I live in South Carolina. So I've been around the country. I've been around a lot of people, all right? And one thing that I've noticed is people who did not grow up poor, they don't know how to be poor. And you see more be poor these days. Like you see more people being poor these days. There's people who had good money that are making the same money they was making, but now it's not good money anymore. And you see people that's having good money making less money, all right? And this economy is flip-flopping, all right? There's a lot of people homeless right now. There's a lot of people living in low income. A lot of people have to move into the projects. So a lot of people don't know how to grow up poor. So if you grew up poor, you can relate to what I'm about to say. They might not understand how not to waste food. They might not understand how not to buy something every time they stop somewhere. They might not understand how to keep roaches out of the cereal box. They might not understand that, right? Like if you tie up something to keep the roaches out, it's not about the knot that you tie. It's about keeping it from having holes that they can crawl in because they're this small. They're smaller than that. And some of them are smaller than that, the baby ones. You know what I'm saying? They come in different varieties of sizes and everybody don't know. And they crawl up. You can't put things up and expect them not to get in there, right? We ain't on that, though. We talk about money, right? That's a money problem. Almost every problem that we have are money problems. Money ain't everything, but money solves most of our problems. Even health. Health costs money. Everything costs money. Love should be whether you're rich or poor, but at the same time, the lack of money will have problems in your relationship. You know, especially if somebody never grew up poor, right? So what am I speaking on? The 40-hour work week. All right, so I get paid like 26 an hour, and I usually work 50 hours, sometime more or less, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? I usually, on average, pull home at least $1,000 without doing extra overtime, right? So a week. So that's not a lot of money. But at the same time, if I'm smart with it, that is enough money. All right, I got 2 cars, rent, lights, water, gas, groceries, clothes for the kids, shoes. Now, if you're splurging, it's going to be hard to pay any of those things, right? So if you don't pay your lights, what's going to happen? The lights, I got another light over there, but still. Your lights are gonna go off, right? You'll pay your water bill. Your water is gonna go off. And what's gonna happen when you have to save money to get that back up? It's gonna cost extra. Late fee, reconnection fee. Those things add up. Then one thing leads to another. Your rent late. Your rent might be $750. Now it's like $800-900. So now you're gonna be late on something else, and it's gonna be a never-ending cycle. And then you're going to be stuck having to do overtime. So what do? Do overtime in advance. Don't wait until the bill starts slacking behind to do the overtime. Right? If your job doing overtime, there's Uber Eats, there's all kind of stuff these days. There's different ways of making money these days. You can get on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But don't bank on that, because at the end of the day, that takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of getting in front of the camera. A lot of people don't want to get in front of the camera. I know how that feels, because I used to not want to get in front of the camera myself. You have to build up a confidence for that. But you could do so many things to make extra money, all right? But saving money is very important. The average person, they have a hole in their pocket as soon as they get paid. They could have just struggled last week, but they get paid this week. They forgot about the struggle. Like, your last 3 days before your payday, you couldn't even eat. So you got paid, now you're rich. Okay, and then Wednesday come back around, you broke again. Now you can't eat, you can't get gas. You gotta figure out how to do it. Yo, I can't even turn the heat on in my car because I'm scared to lose gas. And I don't want to drive over there, but even though I gotta go over there, I want to go over there. Needs and wants need to be separated. If it's not a need, it never should go in front of a want. If it's not a need, it never should go in front of a want. If you want your hair cut, you can rock a fro for a minute if you have to. You can comb your hair, wash your hair. Haircut, that's hygiene though. Dog, you can have long hair and be, you know what I'm saying? You need your nails did. Women, cut your nails at home. You don't even need color. Nail polish might cost a few dollars. I don't know how much it costs. You get the cheap stuff. Cut corners, cut back. If you're struggling to eat, there's no reason you should have fresh designer clothes on, $300 haircut, braids or whatever you got, dreads. There's no reason to have that when you can't eat. Eating comes before any of that, right? Bills, they're going to come every month no matter what. They're going to come every month no matter what. A lot of people say pay yourself first. Yes, pay yourself after you pay your bills. Because what's the point of paying yourself and having money in your savings account? We're going to get to that. That's important. But what's the point of that? And your credit is getting ruined, and you can't eat, and you can't do nothing. Makes no sense. Pay yourself after you pay your bills. Pay what you owe. Get out of debt. Stay out of debt. Then pay yourself. Then take care of needs. Then pay yourself with some of what's left, and then take care of wants later. If you take care of wants, all right. Wants can be saved up. Look at it like this, all right. If we go out every week compared to if we go out every quarter of the year, you're gonna have way more fun those times you go out if you barely go out. Fast food and eating out and all that, like, you could cut back on that. That'll actually help with your physique. All right. So grocery shopping, buy the bare necessities first. Fill your cart up with the necessities. Add up, do the math, what you're spending, and then have a budget. And then with the rest of the budget, the last 5-10%, then put some junk in there. Same thing with your diet. You eat mostly good, healthy, nutritious food, and then if you have calories left, you can have what you want. Just don't go over those calories, and you'll stick to your diet. Simple and plain. I have peanut butter and jelly sandwich or high-calorie things right before bed almost every day. I still stay 6-pack shredded. How? Because I know my budget. I know my calorie budget. Same thing with money. You gotta have a budget. If you don't have a budget, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I don't know the exact plan you should have. Only you know how much money you're getting coming in. Know how much, that's another thing. Know how much money is coming in. Know how much money is coming out. And come up with a plan by combining the two. Not saying you can't fail, but I guarantee you will do a lot better. I tell people all the time, there's always something. If we're not really strategically planning out our days, there's always something we're leaving on the table. I say the same thing about working out. If you go in the gym, and yes, I'm relating this to working out. If you go in the gym, lollygagging, chatty patty, finding friends and socializing all day, you left 50% of your workout or more on the table. Think about 3 months ago, from today, a quarter a year ago. If you done 20, think about everybody got plans, just that people execute it, or even try, or when it gets tough, they give up easily. Or they bite off more than they can chew and they go too hard and they can't handle what their plan is. Like they have an unsustainable diet or workout plan or whatever, and it's too hard, they can't do it. So you gotta baby step your way up. I tell people that all the time. So just think about a quarter of a year before this day today. Out of all, and this including myself, I didn't do everything I was supposed to do. Out of all the things that you didn't do, just think about if you did a quarter more of them. A quarter of a year ago, a quarter more of the things that you were supposed to do that you didn't do. Yo, man, I don't know about you, but I would be in a way better place. And also, even 15 or 10% of the things that I didn't do, because I got huge plans. I got so many plans. Every day I try to put my best foot forward. There's so much plans, I can't even, it's kind of unsustainable if you think about it, but I'm always doing more than the average person. So I get better results than the average person. All right? I stay above water more than the average person. I mess up. I have mistakes. It's 365 days in a year. There's a few days that I'm a little bit broke. There's a few days that I might be a little bit heavier than I want to be, or whatever, or I can't lift the weight that I want to lift. There's good days and bad days, just ups and downs. But I'm telling you, if you're at rock bottom right now, there's no place but to go up. And it's time. It is time. I'm about to go do overtime right now. I got this weekend off. Today's Friday. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm going to do a long time tonight. I'm going to do a medium amount of time tomorrow. And I'm going to have the Sunday off. And I go back to work Monday night. I work Monday and Tuesday. I'm off Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday, I'm going to knock out some more overtime. I'm going to pull at least 60 hours a week for the next, you know what I'm saying? And that's with bills paid. You save up for the bad days happen. Rain comes. Don't expect everything to be perfect all the time. Things are going good. I just said things for people that's going bad. You're rock bottom. But I'm going to speak to the people who things are going good for. Hey, good job. But at the same time, we live life. There's, like I told my girl a long time ago, we got our car fixed. I was like, babe, it don't matter what car you get. I don't care what brand, whatever. Cars are going to mess up. Da-da-da-da. We just got to worry about fixing it. All right, what's the plan? Da-da-da. And, you know, we got to always have money put up to where we didn't have to fix it. We didn't have to pay to fix her car. We had to pay to fix mine. Mine is, it messes up real bad. But at the same time, her car, we had just bought it. And the car dealership, I told the story on my channel, but just a brief for those who didn't see it. The car dealership, I think they knew about the problem that the car had. And when you turn it and jerk back the other way, I was like, that's dangerous. I got a family. You know what I'm saying? We ain't about to have that. We either not about to buy this car. Or I'll put your company on blast. I got a channel. What? I get 10 views per video. But I will put you on blast. I told them that. I was like, they fixed the car. They spent months and months and months to fix the car. They was trying to fix it as cheap as they possibly could. They got it to where it was undetectable, and then all of a sudden it came back. So I think that's what happened when they sold me the car. They got it to where it was undetectable, and as soon as I started driving the car, it happened. And I was like, nah, y'all not about to sell me this car. But I told her, there's going to be problems with cars. Cars going to run, tires are going to go flat, things are going to happen. You're not going to drive any car, I don't care which kind of brand it is. This car is on the road for decades, these cars on the road, da-da-da. I don't care what brand of car it is. It could be a Civic, it could be American, it could be anything. It's going to have problems, and it's going to cost. So the thing is, make sure you have money put away for that rainy day at all times. I like things. I like PlayStation, right? I ain't even got a PS5. Not that I couldn't buy one. It was the fact that why spend that? Well, I think they went down. Now I might get one now. But why spend X amount of dollars, however much that was? I want the good one. I don't want the bad one. I want the, all right, so I want all the bells and whistles when I buy something. If I buy a car, whatever, I want all the bells and whistles. Phone, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to buy a phone every year. Every time they come out, I want the best one when I'm ready to buy a phone. The best one that's out, and I'm gonna ride that one till the wheels crack, right? So same thing with cars, everything else, right? Cars, as I grow in finances, I don't really see it that way no more. I don't want an old car. I don't care how good it is. And this is just me speaking for myself. And you can have a 20-year-old car. If it runs good and it gets you from A to B, that's great. I don't want that, though. It depends on what car it is, though. If it's a car they don't make no more, something that's a classic or something that, you know, something like that, then yeah, I get that. But for me, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I want something new. But things are always going to happen. There's always going to have to be repairs, especially if you buy a house. You're going to have to get it repaired yourself. You always going to have to have money put up. Or you're going to end up getting a loan and it's going to cost to pay that. Always try to have some money saved up by being smart as possible when it comes to spending. Making as much as possible legally. And not playing nobody, not cheating nobody out of nothing, no scams or nothing like that. Buy the book, straight arrow, but as much as you possibly can. And spend as least as you possibly can. But have some fun. Live your life, yeah. Live your life, but don't let living your life ruin your life. That's all I gotta say. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Holler back at your boy. It's your boy Repetile Fitness, man. Watch these videos at the end. Watch my playlist. Matter of fact, I'm going to share my it's not New Year's, but I'm going to share my New Year's playlist. Because that's the best fitness playlist on YouTube, I guarantee you. Don't wait until New Year's. What's the difference? It ain't New Year's, I can't watch that. See?